The hardest part for me was finding a solution that would allow me to create animation easily and effectively and efficiently. Originally, I was using DAZ Studio, which really isn't an animation software. It's really for doing high quality renders, and that's really what it's meant for. And so there's not really any way that you can map your characters to the ground plane or you know, have them detect objects and things like that. And that's where iClone, developed by Reallusion, came in. And I gave this software a try, and really the Huntsman was my first film using the product. And it was a test to see what was possible and what I could do with it. iClone allows me to pretty much have many characters as I want on the screen. You know, the characters in iClone are very low polygon, so you're not going to get very high detailed characters like you are in like DAZ Studio or something like that. However, they do have a pack that you can use to import your characters from DAZ Studio. So what I'm using, so what I did to create the Huntsman is actually use some DAZ Studio characters for the three main characters, the uncle, and the two kids. I used higher quality models and imported them in from DAZ. And then for the orcs and stuff like that, I used just low polygon models that came with the product, one of the product packs that I purchased. So, you know, I can have 8 orcs on the screen or 20 if I wanted to, and it would work. You know, it would work relatively fast. The more polygons you have on the screen, you know, the slower your computer gets and so forth. But the cool thing about iClone is that I can actually have real battles. You know, I have so many ideas for films in the future that I'm going to just go crazy with it. And so if you think the Huntsman was awesome and the fight scenes were pretty cool and the archery and shooting arrows and stuff was neat, you haven't seen anything yet because I'm just getting started.
I'm going to try and build a scene here for my intro to the Huntsman so you can kind of see how I am creating these films. So I've got my setting here. Now I've imported this object, which is an interior scene. So you can see as I get the camera in, you can see the walls and everything. But it has windows, and I need to kind of fill the background a bit with something. Now, this intro scene is going to have this old man here who is kind of looking into the fireplace, and there is going to be a fire. I'm going to do that with After Effects. But I'm imagining the intro scene kind of slowly pans up into where he's at, and he's kind of just warming himself by the fire, and that's when his grandkids come in and ask him to tell them a story. And so that's pretty much how that's going to happen. So to fill the background, I'm going to open up DAZ. I use DAZ Studio a lot for, you know, DAZ Studio has a large what do you call it, a large database, I guess, of files, of props and objects and things, and it's a lot larger than Reallusion, which is iClone's site. The developer of iClone is Reallusion. They have a lot more things on DAZ. So if you want to import objects into iClone, you can, but you have to have the 3D Exchange plugin. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to look at the medieval docs that I have. So we're going to load this object and see what this looks like. I'm thinking this could be a good background scene, just to show some background out of the windows. So let me just pull this up. Let's see. Okay. So you can see this is a pretty large model. And there's nothing over there, but I'm thinking if I move the building over to this spot here, over around this area, then it could be looking this direction, and we might not be able to see all this other stuff here. So this is pretty good. What I'm going to do is run Decimator, which is a plug-in tool for DAZ Studio, which allows you to reduce the polygons. Because DAZ Studio's polygons, look, you can see here the total polygons for this model is 426,000, which is huge for what iClone can handle. It can't really handle large amounts of polygons, and that's why a lot of the models in iClone are lower resolution, like 25,000 or less, because then you can actually have, you know, like 20 or 30 models in Reallusion. But if you had 20 or 30 models at 400,000 polygons, you wouldn't be able to run it. So so what I'm going to do is decimate the polygons. So I'm going to reduce them to probably 57,000, and you can see that looks like shit. It disappears half of the model. So I'm going to move it back up. Let's see, 47%. Yeah, you can see I can spin the camera around a lot faster now because of there's less polygons in the scene. I don't need it to be super high quality. It's just going to be in the background. So you can see it's reducing the quality here. I want to get it just to the point where, yeah, just where you can see. Yeah, see, that's probably pretty good. You're not going to be able to tell any difference at all. And we've reduced the polygons to 100,000, which is pretty good. So, I mean, I could also get rid of some of these objects, you know, if I was sure which ones wouldn't be in the scene. You know, I could just get rid of, you know, like the castle, you know, or maybe just this building if I wanted. But I think that'll work. So what I'm going to do is select all of these, and let's see, I'm going to export as an object, and shit, Z import. Yeah, I don't know where I store my shit half the time. Okay, this is going to be see, this is going to be castle. All right, let's see, medieval town background. And I'm just going to use default settings here. All right, now that that's exported, what I'm going to do is open up iClone 3D Exchange. I don't know why I have that open all the time. Anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to open the object. Yeah, but I probably won't show anything out that window. Well, it should be okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'll do is put this down towards the ground plane. Now maybe I'll try it like this first, see what it does. All right. Okay, let's see. Let me move my... Actually, I don't want to move that because that's on the ground plane, so I'm going to move the castle over. So I'm actually going to get started here with animating the intro scene, or at least trying to. So I have my old man here, and this is how it's going to play out in the intro. So I've got a script that I've written, and it's not actually in script format, but it's just, you know, easy enough to understand. So let's see. So the old man is sitting in a chair. He's warming himself by the fireplace, which is right here. And I'm going to animate the fireplace through After Effects later. And then his nephew, his brother's children come in. So a young boy, young girl come in, and the young boy says, "Hi, uncle." And then the uncle turns to look at him, and the young boy says, or no, the uncle says, "My dear kids, isn't that past your bedtime?" And then the young boy, "Yeah, we want to hear one of your stories for us. Would you tell us one?" And then, so forth. So I'm going to start off here with the intro, which is him warming his hands by the fireplace, and then we'll go from there. So let's see. I'm going to go into motion. Let's make sure I'm on frame 1 here. I'm going to apply this one. Yeah, see, this is perfect because then he's just sitting there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm on frame 1. I'm going to move him down. I'm going to edit the layer here. I'm going to have him kind of leaning in a little bit. He's going to be warming his arms, so these arms are going to be kind of out here like this. God, I love this program because it allows me to do shit so fast. I can just modify everything. I mean, I'm working a lot slower because I'm trying to record this behind the scenes footage, and it's just kind of complicated to talk and do all this stuff at the same time. Normally I like to listen to music and just get in the zone, but anyway, let's see, how does that look? So you can see I can manipulate the motion layer from this motion, that I can manipulate it and do different things with it very easily. So, I'm kind of going to be there, him warming his hands. And, if I want to keyframe some things, I think I can go out a little bit and can modify his fingers a little bit here. Oh shit. think that will do that. Yeah. So there you go. I can manipulate the entire hand, or just like and let's see, I'm gonna have his legs kind of shit. Sometimes I don't know what body parts to modify here. Whoa, don't do that. Alright, so I was just about to import my two characters, the other two people in the script that I have. So we've got the young boy and the young girl who are going to make their entrance. And I've already created a young boy and young girl, which I've imported in through Daz Studio. So these all three of these characters are higher resolution, higher polygons than generic Reallusion characters. And they have custom clothing which kind of matches the scene that I want for the Huntsman. So the idea is that they're going to come in, the boy's going to say, "Hi, Uncle," which is going to be I think he's going to say "Hi, Uncle" as a voiceover. Yeah, and then he's going to turn and look at them. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a voiceover, but I never really know until I get in there and set up the cameras and everything. And the great thing about iClone is that you can set up a ton of different cameras, and you can film every angle that you want. And so right now I have a preview camera going, which allows me to move the camera without keyframing it, which would be a pain in the ass. But as soon as I add a regular camera and I move the camera, it'll start keyframing. So I can get all kinds of crazy angles and shots, and I can easily manipulate any camera that I want. And the good thing is that I can actually save the cameras, or save the scene with the cameras, and then just open it back up again if I need to make a change, which is easy. So here's my boy, young boy. So you can see he's kind of, he's got some crazy hair going on. The lighting, of course, is going to be something that I'll play around with later, but I mean, I can add lights. Can't add I'm not even adding them. There we go. I can add lights and stuff, and I've actually got a point light going on right now, which is kind of got an orange. Yeah, oh, I like that. Actually, I don't. I'll have to add a different one, like a dark orange. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it, but lighting is definitely the last thing I worry about. Alright, so here's the boy. Now the thing is that you can see he's on keyframe 1. So what I need to do here is, this is my timeline window, and I can add any prop or character into it and keyframe it. So of course this character is called root node, which I should change to young boy. And actually, I better just not make that capital. There we go. Then let's see, uncle. I'm going to change that to regular uncle. Okay. So I'm going to add transform, motion, and constraint so I can see everything going on. And visible. Now what I'm going to do is make this actor invisible. So I'm going to turn off visibility on the first frame. And then I'm going to turn on visibility on that frame. So here's what happened. So you can see that he's not there. Then all of a sudden he's there. Now you can see the boy is 212,000 polygons. So my screen is the program is going to lag the more actors and polygons that I add to the scene, which is natural. So hopefully things don't get too crazy. Right now my FPS is 21, which isn't good, but when I start adding the other girl in here, which I'm going to do right now, my FPS is probably going to go down just a little bit more. But again, that's why Reallusion characters that you can buy from their content store are really already rigged, and they come with animations, and you can buy creatures, all kinds of stuff. And they're really low polygons, so you can just add them in, and you can add like 20 or 30 of them, no problem. So you can see things are starting to get a little laggy here. Trying to manipulate these characters and stuff. So, you know, I'll have to, you know, turn characters on and off when I'm working with them. But actually, they're probably going to be standing. See, they just come through the door, so probably going to be standing right about here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is create a motion path. And this is where it gets interesting. Alright, so I'm going to have a path right here, right under his feet. And then I'm going to have, I guess I'm going to just have him walk kind of at an angle. Alright, so now I'm going to pick the actor. And let's see, I need to I'm going to pick a path. So I'm on the right keyframe here, so pick a path, pick that path. Now you can see he's attached to the path. Then I'm going to turn follow path on and change his axis to -y. And let's see, I'm going to determine, let's say it's going to take, I don't know, that many frames to get there. And I'm going to pick this path. So now you can see he kind of follows the path. Alright, no big deal. So now what we need to do is add motion to him. So let's go into Animate. And I'm just going to throw this down. And I need a walking motion here, so let's go to standing. Actually, that's not really a good walk motion. Let's see what I have here. Walks over to talk. Huh. Let's try that, see what that does. A lot of these motions, I don't really know what they do. That looks like shit. House party. Male approach. Might have to go with... No, these aren't going to work because it's meant for like social parties and stuff. I actually need to find something like male motion. Talking, waiting, idle. Talking, relax, I don't know. Damn it, let's see. Oh. There we go. Here's some moving, walking. Walk backward, walk forward. Let's just try that. I just need something generic that that looks like horrible. A lot of these aren't going to work for every character. Ugh, terrible. Alright, let me go to some of these guys that I have. Walking, hero, horseman. Hero walk. Let's see what that does. No, that's not gonna do it. Let's just try this one here. Whoa. Really need to fix him from doing that. Where's the keyframe? I just need to move that keyframe here. There we go. That way he just stands there. Trying to get it so he starts on the path. There we go. Alright. So now I can actually just duplicate this a couple times. So you can see that's how it works. It looks a lot better now that he's following the path correctly.